right, so arguably the most important part of navigating the conference is getting the live session access. And the only way to do that is through the main menu, this Join Sessions button. So let's go ahead and click on that. So the default view is going to give you is one day at a time, and it's going to start with Monday. There are a couple different ways to sort, as you can see here as well. You can sort it by time. Well, it's already sorted by time, but you can also sort by track. So let's say I am intensely interested only in aquatic species. I can pick that, and then it will basically just filter on the aquatic track options. That can help you build your own schedule a little bit easier. So let's say, you know, I'm really that aquatic person that just really wants to hit all those aquatic track sessions. I have to make a choice here, but I'm going to go with plants. So I'm going to add that, so on and so forth to your schedule, and it just makes it really easy to navigate. Okay, let's go back. Oops. Sort by time is the default view as well. And that's going to be a better choice for someone that's a little bit more eclectic and wants to look at all the different options and make a choice from there. And you can, if you'd like, so this is the main navigator to get you to the different days of UMISC. And you can also view everything at the same time if you want to. Might be a little overwhelming if you know the conference or have seen the PDF agenda. You know, we've got a lot going on, so it's easier to kind of look at broken up by day a little bit. But if you do just look at one day at a time, you're going to need to be able to navigate this to look at the right day. So one thing you'll note here is it does not prevent you from adding sessions that are actually happening at the same time to your schedule, which is probably good for something with concurrent tracks. If you're one of those people where in person you'd be running back and forth between different session rooms, you can do that virtually too. If you've got the wavelength to handle it, you would just switch between these different pages at the right time. So let's actually go into one of these and just look at the anatomy of the session page. So almost all of the content at UMISC is going to be live streamed into EventMobi. The speakers are not in EventMobi. The speakers are in Zoom, giving their presentations, and then it'll be beamed over here. And the nice thing about that is that it prevents any issues where noise, interference, people accidentally unmuting themselves, etc., interrupts the session. And it also takes the pressure a little bit, I think, off the audience, where you don't need to worry about, say, your dog seeing something outside and barking inappropriately, somehow being heard to everyone at the conference, because it just isn't possible for you to be heard from an EventMobi. And you know, you have this big black box here before the event starts. This will be replaced by a live stream at the appointed time, as it says. Below the box with the stream, you've got your list of speakers for that particular session. Some of these headers are very washed out, at least on my screen, it's hard to see. But under the speakers, you've got your session moderator. And then under that, you've got your technical person, your UMISC staff person who's going to actually host the Zoom meeting and make sure technology is working as it should be. Under that, under the people, we've got our sponsors, if there are any for that particular session. You'll see their logos, and then the order from the PDF program of who is speaking when. And down here is a document for all the abstracts for this session. Over here, we have the full book of abstracts. This is just the abstracts for this session. So we subdivided it out to make it a little bit easier. You can also add this to your favorites so you can access it through your profile. And for example, if you want to print out the abstracts for all the sessions you attended, that would be an easy way to do that. I do want to point out here, we have an evaluation for every session built into the session page. We really encourage you to evaluate all the sessions you attend. Even if you don't attend the whole thing, just if you got something out of it, please do evaluate it. It's not really too arduous. I'm going to see if before we go live, we can get the background changed on this so it's easier to read. But as you can see, it's 3, rank out of 5 stars questions, how well it met your expectations, how well it conveyed conceptual information, how well it conveyed directly applicable information that you can use in the course of your work. So rank those things out of 5. If you would like to give us comments, you may. Then of course you just hit submit when you're done, and thank you. All right, let's go back to that session page. The last thing I wanted to show on a session page, actually, second to last thing I'll show is the notes feature. So this notebook, you basically have your own notebook as a user for everything you do in the site. I think it's a good idea just for your own navigability to give it a header. So I'm going to, give it. That's shorthand. And then just type interesting things the speakers are saying live while they're doing it. And when the session is over, you want to make sure to click this save notes here. It'll give you a little saved thing. And then you can pull them out of your profile at the end of the conference or at the end of the sessions you plan on attending, and then export it as an email to yourself to have them all in one place. Pretty cool. All right, now for real, the last thing I want to show you in session navigation is just the Q&A box. So this is how you essentially get in touch with the speakers during the session. While the sessions are going on, it will not be a distraction to them, because remember, they're not in this platform, to type your questions in real time as they come up. So how does that work? You can submit it. And another really nice feature here is you will see other attendees' questions pop up in real time, and you can upvote them so that collectively the most interesting questions, or the questions that most people are interested in, I should say, rise to the top. You can't upvote your own question, that's why it is not going to let me do anything, but other people's questions you can kind of boost. And the UMISC staff will come in here towards the end of each speaker talking, grab the top questions, and pull them over into Zoom, where the moderator will see them and ask them verbally of the speakers, if there's time. If you had a question really pertinent to a certain speaker that they didn't get to, you can go down here, click on that person, and if they have messages enabled, you'll be able to send them a message, or, schedule a meeting is pretty similar. You just basically message them that you want to meet with them at some point, or send them a message with your question. And if they see it, hopefully they'll get back to you. All right. And then I'll just show really quick here, again, in your, once you've set up your own schedule, by far the easiest way to navigate getting to the sessions you're interested in is going to be to open up your schedule view from the right side of the page. This will have all the sessions that you added to your schedule, even if they're at the same time as each other. You can actually export this to an external calendar. I haven't tried that yet. If you're a speaker, just please make sure you don't accidentally write over any of your invites with the Zoom credentials to speak, because that would be bad. The other thing, right, that we're talking about is notes. So this is showing where you've joined sessions and written notes, and then it should let you email yourself your notes, hopefully with some reasonable kind of syntax in there, so that you can pull them out and then paste them in Word or wherever you'd like to keep them. All right, so that is that tutorial. I hope it helps.